Welcome to the next great package. In this series, we put the brightest young minds in packaging design to the test with challenges designed to stretch the limits of their imagination. Let's meet the creatives competing in today's challenge, Design for Tech.
I'm an industrial designer. I think paper is a really great material. I love using it for early stage ideation because you can make stuff really quickly.
I've been an industrial designer because a lot of what I do involves dealing with a lot of different people, learning about all kinds of different things, and then actually getting to put pen to paper, sketching out ideas, and then actually building them.
Hello, designers.
Good morning.
You both have a unique mix of packaging and industrial design background. And today, we're gonna put those skills to the test. You'll go head to head, designing a unique prototype that you'll pitch directly to Joseph Toronto, General Manager for YOTEL, New York.
Oh, cool.
YOTEL is an international hotel brand that is based off the concept of first-class airline travel. Their rooms, or as YOTEL likes to call them, cabins, are designed to give guests everything they need and nothing they don't. Even something as small as a paperboard tissue box is a valuable unit of space in a YOTEL cabin. Without losing functionality, how can we reimagine a tissue box that makes more efficient use of space with a design that either incorporates electrical or mechanical elements, or that supports common traveler tech like a smartphone? You've got the next 10 hours to use anything and everything here in our space to create a functional and innovative tissue box design for the tech-driven YOTEL cabin.
I like quick deadlines. It really gets me to crank out some pretty decent stuff.
A lot of pressure to put it into this 10-hour project, but I think it's going to turn out well.
All right, with no time to waste, let's get started.
Starting out right now with just a blank sheet of paper in front of me and a little research and a bunch of ideas. I mean, yes, it's a little bit intimidating and a little nerve-wracking because I don't have a lot of time to revise. But it's also very exciting. Starting something fresh is my favorite part of the design process.
I always start with researching both the client and the persona of who I'm actually designing for. I think I can see ideas coming together on paper, but what I really need to do now is actually start cutting and folding paper to see how it all comes together.
Hello, designers. We've had 2 hours already on this challenge. How are you guys feeling with your ideation?
It's a little bit rushed, but I think we're coming along well.
McKay, I'll start with you. Oh, these are awesome.
Kind of just brainstorming different possibilities for what I could mix into this tissue box. Things like a phone dock or actually putting a wireless charging pad into the tissue box so that people can just set their phone on it and actually have their phone charged.
I can't wait to see the next step. Good stuff.
All right, thank you.
What's going on over here?
I started thinking about issues that I faced when traveling. If you fetch up in, say, London, your body is just completely confused. It's kind of hard to reset that. I would like to integrate a circadian clock. Basically, they give you a dawn. It might not be at dawn, but they'll come up slowly and they'll wake you up with a bright light.
All right, Isis, I love your ideas. McKay, you too, you have some great stuff going on. Use your time wisely. Keep an eye on the clock because you do have a lot of work to do.
I think you have a much more meticulous approach to design than I do.
I think this is the shortest design project I've ever done.
It's about the same length of day that I usually have, unfortunately.
Going from a sketch to a physical model can often be really challenging because you can actually really easily ignore aspects of the design that become really apparent once you start making it.
I guess anxiety's kicking in a little bit. I've got all this tech that needs to be integrated. The wiring is taking forever. I keep breaking stuff.
We are now past the midway point. How is it going with your challenge?
Getting close.
I see a lot of prototyping going on.
One of the important things I learned from this is that it needs to be much taller for a phone to actually be able to sit on there comfortably and charge. And so I was able to get to a form that I feel like is pretty close, and I think this is what I'll base my final prototype off of.
Excellent, McKay. So I see some beautiful rounded corners already. Are there any changes you're gonna make?
I have the tech going.
Hey.
As it stands, it doesn't fit. So the next one is going to fit everything properly, I hope. We're gonna have one side for the tech and one side for the tissues.
Well, you have a lot of work to do, another prototype to build, clearly, but I'm glad that you have a plan moving forward, and I look forward to seeing your final. Time is of the essence. You know what you have to do, and I'll see you at the final check-in.
how fast we work, and I think we both come up with some pretty solid ideas.
It's always the best thing I've ever designed is the thing I haven't done yet, but this will have to do for now.
All right, my designers, I hope you're ready because this is the last check-in. We only have a few minutes left. How are you feeling about your prototypes?
Pretty good. I'm just about to put the final electronics in.
That's what I want to hear. How about you, Isis?
Pretty good, just have to connect some wires.
These are your final moments. I want you to just get everything together. Last looks. I'm going to see you in just a bit in judging.
Okay, that's it. We're done. Fingers crossed, and we'll see what happens.
The general manager from YOTEL is coming in, so that's kind of a lot of pressure.
Hey designers, now today you were challenged to create a prototype tissue box for YOTEL. I want to introduce you to Joseph Turano, who is the general manager for YOTEL New York, and he will be judging your designs.
Thank you, Desi. And thank you too for participating in this challenge. I'm super excited to see how you recreated the tissue box. Our concept is built on maximizing space and value while adding technology in the guest room.
All right, so let's start with Isis. Come forward and please begin your presentation.
Hi. Thanks so much for giving me the opportunity to participate in this. It's been a lot of fun. So I travel a lot, and one of the things that I have trouble with is resetting my circadian clock in a new time zone. One of the ways to combat that problem is to use an alarm clock that lights up at the time you want the sun to come up. So I thought that might be a really nice addition that wouldn't take up more space and would also help a traveler. And you could also use it as a nightlight if you wanted to.
And what's the technology behind the clock itself?
The proper thing would be a clock on a timer, a lamp on a timer, and you would set the time you wanted to wake up, and you would set the time you wanted the sun to start rising, and it would slowly go from dark to full intensity, and then it would ping.
Awesome.
Isis, thank you so much for your presentation. You did a great job.
Fantastic job.
Thank you.
You can take a step back. All right, McKay, let's hear from you. Please step forward and begin your presentation.
It's great to be here. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to design for YOTEL. The two things that every business traveler needs to do, which is charge their phone overnight and wake up in the morning. And so what I've done is I've integrated a wireless charging dock for smartphones into the tissue box. As you can see, it's built in right into the front. When you set your phone on it, it starts charging right away. I did a lot of cutting and folding in my prototyping to figure out an aesthetic that matched YOTEL's clean, modern aesthetic, while also supporting the technology.
Is it a paper that could withstand multiple guests using it?
The outer piece would be a semi-permanent piece that stays in place and can be replaced whenever needed.
Excellent, McKay. Thank you so much for your presentation. You did a great job. You can take a step back. All right, Joseph. So you've heard from both designers, you've chatted with them, you've reviewed their prototypes. I think both of them did a phenomenal job. But there can only be one winner who has the next great package. So, have you made a decision?
You both did a fantastic job, and you really left me with a tough decision. McKay, love the design, love the concept, really love the fact that you went wireless. A lot of devices are now going wireless, and it's something that we've been testing out at YOTEL. Isis, your design is fantastic. I love how you incorporated the lights. I love how you incorporated the clock, all in a tissue box. But there can only be one winner. And the winner is Isis.
Congratulations, Isis. You have won the next great package.
In the end, I was really in this more for the experience of it all, rather than the competition aspect of it. So it was really fun to see Isis win, because she's a very talented designer.
Having the next great package for YOTEL is really cool. I really respect the design they do, and their use of space and their use of materials and how they really create an atmosphere in their cabins. So it's very nice to be a part of that.
On behalf of Joseph Turano, YOTEL, and of course the Paper and Packaging How Life Unfolds campaign, we want to thank both of our talented designers for showing up today and doing such tremendous work. And for you guys at home, the next time you open up an ingenious and carefully constructed box, just remember, somewhere out there, a talented designer put a lot of thought and effort into it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.